Hello everyone, I'm Katie and welcome back to Contented Living. This is where we enjoy everyday things and see life through grateful eyes. And today we are making my husband's favorite dessert. This is something he has requested, homemade cheesecake with a special twist. I do not use my own recipe for this. I use the recipe I found in Joanna Gaines Magnolia Table Volume 2 cookbook. So I'm going to be using her recipe today. Every time I make it, I write the date on it, and as you can see, we like this recipe a lot in our house. I've made it quite a bit, and it's funny because I have had this out so many times. I was feeling the pages before we started the video, and it is literally so bumpy because I have gotten cheesecake splashed on it while I've been mixing it. It's just kind of funny. So the special twist is we are going to be making a crustless version. My husband really doesn't care for the crust. So one day he asked me, can you try it without crust? I said, I don't know. So I completely skipped the crust step one time and I've been making it crustless ever since. So we will not be using crust. So let's get started. So for our ingredients today, we're going to need some cream cheese. That is 3 blocks of cream cheese, granulated sugar, 3 eggs, heavy whipping cream, sour cream, cornstarch, vanilla extract, and lemon juice. All right, let's get mixing. I'm gonna get my mixing bowl. And this recipe, you mix in stages. So you're gonna add a little bit of stuff, mix it up, add a little more, mix it up, and that's how it goes. When my husband first told me he loved homemade cheesecake, not the instant kind, because I grew up eating the kind you just mix it with the milk, throw it in the fridge for a couple hours and it's great. And I love that stuff. My dad likes it, I love it. But my husband wanted the kind you bake in the oven. Oh, I was a little stressed, to be honest, when he first told me that, because at the time, cheesecake to me was like the turkey of dessert. I was like, oh my word, you want homemade cheesecake? This is gonna be so difficult. And then I started making it, and it's really very, very simple. It's almost like a few more steps like you're baking a cake mix. It definitely does not taste like a cake mix, but the simplicity of what you're doing is just, you're just mixing in stages. So not quite so intimidating anymore. I've gotten used to it, and sure glad I did because it is delicious. For our first stage of mixing, we're gonna put in the sour cream, cornstarch, sugar, and the cream cheese. So we'll add our sour cream. That's a 1/4 cup. What's funny is I do not like sour cream at all. So this is one recipe where I make an exception putting it in because I'm slowly coming around to the idea of what sour cream can do in a dish, and you don't taste it when it's finished. So I put just what I have to, but it really makes a difference in the recipe. Cornstarch. Granulated sugar. And 3 blocks of cream cheese. Now, here is where I usually make my mistake. You are supposed to let the cream cheese soften before you make the recipe, but if you're like me, you run in the house, it's time to make cheesecake, and you start setting everything up and realize the cream cheese is still in the fridge. So I sometimes set it on top of the stove while it's preheating to let it start softening a little bit. And yeah, I've put my mixer to the limit of how much you can mix up cream cheese before it thaws, and so far I've survived. Okay, time to mix. It didn't soften enough. Now you know why there's cheesecake all over my book. I will win. You just beat it until it's light and fluffy. Too much. All right. right, we have beaten our cream cheese mixture until it is light and fluffy. Cream cheese was just a little stubborn, but we prevailed. Okay, so now I'm going to scrape the sides of my bowl and get some of that cream cheese off the beaters. All right, and we're going to go in for our ingredients for stage 2. Okay, now we add 3 eggs. Lemon juice. As you know, I like to take recipes and tweak them just a little bit. This is where I deviate just a bit. I will put how much I'm using in the description, but I think this is 2 tablespoons lemon juice. I double it for what's in the recipe. And then same thing with the vanilla. Instead of 1 teaspoon, I use 2. Oh, and I forgot, on the sugar, I put a little extra too. So just makes it yummy. Now we mix again. All right, we have mixed those ingredients, and for our final mixture, we're going to add 1 1/4 cups of heavy whipping cream. Pour that right in. Catch every little drop of that goodness. And we're going to scrape the sides of our bowl again. Forgot to do that before I put in the cream. Let me mix again. Came back on me there. All right. You may remember I am a big taster, and I have not tasted anything yet. Some of that is due to my phobia of the sour cream. I don't want to start tasting the mixture until I know I've got everything in there to try to completely obliterate the flavor of sour cream. But now we will taste, since everything is in the mixture. Good. For me, it really needs the extra vanilla and the lemon juice, and I do put just a little extra sugar too. But yeah, that's cheesecake. All right, we're gonna head over to the stove and put it in the pan and get it in the oven. All right, now it is time to prepare our cheesecake for the oven. And this is where I struggle a little bit. Cheesecake has to be cooked in a hot water bath in a springform cake pan. And I have one here, a 9-inch. But me and hot water baths don't get along the best. So I'm gonna do my best to foil it with a couple pieces of foil, but somehow I always get water in the cheesecake. It always turns out great, but I never have figured out how to completely seal my cake pan. So if you know a tip I'm missing, please put it in the comments. I would be so grateful, and so would my husband. All right, let's do this. It's not my show without a little noise. Okay, so here's how I do it. I'm gonna take the foil and just try to seal it around the edges. One of these days, they're gonna invent square rolls of foil that fit perfectly over something like this. Maybe I just invented that. Okay. Not done with those edges, but here's my hack, I suppose. Now we're gonna go the other way and pull it up this way on the short side. And then really crimp the edges just as hard as you can to try to seal where the water is going to come in. And always try to point any foil outward instead of inward so it doesn't roll in the cheesecake, hopefully. Check the bottom. That's about as sealed as she's going to get. So now, we're going to pour our cheesecake into the pan. I love these spatulas. They let you get every last piece of batter out of there. Cleans it really well. Oh, that is gorgeous. It's going to be so rich and creamy. Now, let's smooth it all the way out to the edges. Nice smooth top. Make it pretty. All right. And enough left on the spatula to lick the bowl. All right. Now, dun dun dun. Time to put it in the hot water bath. Sort of feel like I'm sending baby Moses out away. Ugh. In the basket. Okay. I almost got too much water in the pan, but that's okay. It's definitely not going to run out and be dry during the baking. So we're going to take our little floating pan of goodness, pop it in the oven very carefully. Okay. Okay, now it needs to bake for about an hour. For me, it's usually about an hour and 15-20 minutes. After about an hour, I have to start watching it. So we're gonna set it for about 30 minutes, turn it in the oven, do another 30 minutes, and then probably every 5 or so, 8 minutes after that until it's nice and brown on the top. Oh, and the oven is at 350 degrees. All right, our cheesecake has been baking for about an hour and a half. I usually have to bake mine a little bit longer than what it says in the recipe book. So we are now ready to take it out. I'm going to do this very carefully because I've got a lot of hot water in the skillet. Done. All right. I know it looks a little brown on top, but I have found cooking it until it gets a little brownness on the top, make sure that the middle gets cooked a lot better. So it should be just fine. All right, now, that was the easy part. Now we need to take it out of the hot water bath and put it on a wire rack. So this is where it's gonna get a little fun. Normally I take this to the sink, but for you guys, I'm gonna try to do it right here. So we will find out together if this is a good idea or not. It came out. Yay! Okay. Whew. All right. Beautiful cheesecake. Smells good. Okay. So here's what you do with cheesecake. When it comes out of the oven, you immediately take it out of the hot water bath, and then you take a sharp knife. Do not loosen the spring-form cake pan yet. But what you're going to do is just run along the edges so that it lets go of the edge, releases it. And you just follow all along the edge. Gets a little interesting. Oops. Just go all the way around the edge. There you go. All right. Now it needs to set and be set for about an hour. And then once that has happened, then you come back and release and remove the outer part of the springform cake pan. And then it needs to refrigerate for about 6 hours in the refrigerator before you serve. So this is definitely not a last minute dish. All right, so we have done all of that with the knife, and now we're gonna let it set for about an hour. And we'll release the springform, and then we're gonna chill it. And then we'll show you the final product. Okay, so now our cheesecake has been in the refrigerator for 6 hours, and it is now chilled, set, and ready to serve. Let's taste. All right. I'm just gonna cut right in there. It's nice and thick. Whoop, it's gonna slide around on me. We're just gonna cut a little piece here. It is a little bit brown on top, but again, don't let that worry you. That is just fine. And it should be nice and set on the inside too. There we go. That is beautiful. Can you see that? Look at that. That is crustless, home-baked cheesecake. All right. Gorgeous. We love to eat it just like it is, but of course you can do any kind of topping that you like. Raspberry would be good on it, strawberry, you can do chocolate caramel. Have fun with it. But just plain Jane is awesome. Let's taste it. That is a good cheesecake. That is awesome. My husband is definitely going to be happy about that. That is contented living, folks. You know, sometimes you just want to make a home-baked dessert. Don't be afraid to try something like home-baked cheesecake. Might be easier than you think. Special thanks to Joanna Gaines for the recipe in her cookbook. I have loved using that for our family. And don't forget, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. I'm stretching. We need a fan. If you don't like it anyway. You don't want to claim me. No. I remember to look up. Aren't you proud of me? I'm learning. There's some doohickey in our cord.
It's kind of tilted just a hair.
Can I say subscribe too? I want to say subscribe. I want subscribers. Subscribe.
Sure.
Like. Subscribe.
Batching.